CBS Sports ran Madden 17, simulated a full season, and shared with the world the results as if it were the 2016-2017 actual NFL season. And the results should come up no short of literally shocking your pants off. I made up my own phrase for that reason because the Atlanta Falcons will be the Super Bowl champions according to Madden 17.
I just knew it.
Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are going to hook up for the greatest quarterback and receiver seasons of all time. But just wait till you see the standings that actually came out and then some of the facts. So first we go to the AFC standings all together for the Madden 17 simulation. Again, via CBS Sports. So I'm curious what you guys think if this is how it's going to be. I think you'd have to be insane to think this. However, let's have a look. D23, Madden Predictions _ AFC. Well, for one, the AFC East, the Patriots being 10-6, I'd buy that.
Not that far off.
I'd buy it. The Chiefs being 12-4 over the Charger, not multiple. The reigning champion Broncos, with still one of the best defenses in the league, 6-10, falling below Derek Carr's 6-9-1 Raiders. I love that there's even ties.
Is Madden endorsed by Peyton Manning? Are they just thinking they're going to crumble as soon as Peyton Manning leaves?
Possibly. The AFC South, Andrew Luck, I guess, repeats his bad season with a 4-12 record.
Interesting.
And the Jaguars and Blake Bortles, who Ben Menk drafted in the first round of our NFL
I've got the wide
fantasy
receiver
draft. What was it, the fourth round, Dan?
Yeah, he went fourth
Pretty
round.
bad. The Browns and Ravens 4-12. Steelers and Bengals, that's actually not that far off, I would think. To the NFC. Wait till you see the Los Angeles Rams. There they are, the NFC West, the LA Rams, 12-4.
Just trucking everyone.
The Cardinals, who also boast one of the best defenses, and Carson Palmer at the helm, 3-12-1, Dan. Buying it?
Interesting. Well, they just lost to the Chargers in their preseason game, so maybe it's just downhill demise.
Maybe it is. The Packers at 11-5 seems realistic. My Giants at 6-10, I am not buying that. Way too many ties in this season. The Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and Buccaneers, that might not be that far off either. Who knows? And now to the playoffs, because this is where it gets really, really fun. For example, wild card round, Steelers beat the Patriots by an enormous score of 43-35. The Falcons skid by the Packers, 19-13. The Jags beat the Dolphins, 31-23. Into the divisional round. Not only do the Jaguars continue their hot start in the playoffs, they take down the Kansas City Chiefs, 20-7. I'm going to skip to the bottom because, for one, I can't imagine the conference championship games being the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons versus the New Orleans Saints. However, Madden 17 believes that the Falcons will beat the Steelers in one of the highest scoring Super Bowls in Super Bowl history, 41-35. Matt Ryan crowned Super Bowl champion.
I would love, after last season's Super Bowl, I'd love to see a score like that. I don't think it's far off with one of those teams. I don't see the Atlanta Falcons going anywhere near that. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers get a good shot at running to the Super Bowl this year.
If they're all healthy and their offense is clicking,
Antonio
sure.
Brown.
Sure, if they're all healthy. That's always, that's like a big part with most teams. But the Jaguars?
No. Well, I'm happy. I drafted, I think I've got a running back and a wide receiver.
T.J. Yeldon and Allen
Yeah,
Hurns.
T.J. Yeldon from the Jaguars. So for my fantasy team, even though it doesn't take into consideration playoffs, I'm happy to see they have a good regular season so I can take home the TYT crown. But it just proves that these simulations don't mean shit.
My favorite part of the simulations is always looking at the end of season numbers, and CBS also did that as well, giving some fun facts along the way. Our last card for you in terms of the predictions from Madden 17. This is D number 26. Our last card for you in regards to the stats, facts, and other fun stuff. Rodgers throws for 48 touchdowns.
Wow.
Dan, maybe? No, a little high?
A little optimistic.
Kiki Alonso leads the league in tackles. Justin Houston tops in sacks. I don't think that's going to happen considering he's out for the first 6 games as we just got notice of it. Here's my favorite ones. There was a couple of weird coaching moves. For example, the Indianapolis Colts hired John Harbaugh. How does this shake out? Was he fired by the Ravens? Traded? I need answers. And the Seahawks are the best defense in the league, while the Cowboys and Packers
Yes, I've got the Seahawks defense.
led the league in total yards, while the Packers on the score.
Doing well for my fantasy team.
I like Madden predictions. I like predictions in general for the reason that nobody actually knows what the hell is going to happen, right? There's no guarantees with football. We've talked about how the NFL in general is one of the most unpredictable sports in America. In America.
It's the most unpredictable sport in the world. There's no doubt in saying that. the most unpredictable sport in the world. It's a sport that's riddled
obviously-
by injuries more than any other sport. So therefore,
fair.
it is unpredictable. We have the Dallas Cowboys looking at a decent season, but as we predicted, if Tony Romo goes down, you can flip that number right around, and they go from being a 10-6 team to a 6-10 team. That's how unpredictable that sport is.
And Dak Prescott is going to be under helm for the first 10 games at least, depending on Tony Romo's broken back. He put the team on his back, though, literally, and it broke him. Oh, poor Tony Romo.
The reason that these predictions are, like, they are fun to look into is we don't know what's going on. They take stats, they take previous records, and they compile it into one statistical machine and try and devour any possibility that they could possibly imagine. Same thing happens
literally eats?
Yeah, it devours it. It devours down all the things that we could think about that could possibly go wrong, and then spits out some sort of record. The same way that the Yahoo Sports fantasy report does the exact same thing, and that's why it's ridiculous. Like, they give you a rating based on what your draft was like, based on last year's statistics, with this year's projected statistics, with potential injuries, and then they just come up with some sort of consensus that doesn't really mean anything. If Cam Newton goes down, that consensus is right out the window. The same way your rating was like a C and I had a B. Were you a C?
Yeah, I got the lowest draft grade on Yahoo Sports.
And does it mean anything?
No, of course not.
Absolutely not.
That's like my biggest advice for anybody playing fantasy football out there. Don't talk trash until like week 6, all right? Because if you talk trash before the season, your team goes 0-6, you kind of look like an idiot. If you talk trash before the season starts and you go 6-0, you're just lucky. Okay? That's how it works. That's how it works. Healthiest team tends to win. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the NFL season. I need to get more into NFL mode. I've been catching up on my Pro Football Talk podcast, a very interesting one to listen to in general. And, of course, watching a lot of back tape from last year to catch up on who's moved and who's moving and who's going to be starting where, QB battles, position battles, depth chart battles.
We're missing a few faces this year as well in the NFL. I'm going to be sad. No longer Marshawn Lynch. No longer Peyton Manning.
Marshawn Lynch still getting drafted in leagues because he might come back. You never know.
I mean, if he does, I would be happy.
If LeGarrette Blount gets injured, put your money on the
Beast
Patriots signing beast mode for at week 10 for 6 end of season signing type of thing. Francis Maxwell on Twitter. Francis_Maxwell on Twitter is what I meant to say. Jason Ruben 91 on Twitter and other places as well. It's all in the description box below. Let us know what your Madden 17 simulation turned out to be. Do the Falcons always win the Super Bowl? Is there still a glitch when it comes to the kickoff? Check out that clip too. Next time.